We're back with more exciting Powerboating in Paradise TV with members of the Florida Powerboat Club here on our YouTube channel. Your host, Stu Jones, along with our producer, Ryan McCoy, in the Pompano Beach studio, and we are rolling along with our 2025 content, celebrating a milestone with the 30th annual Miami Boat Show Poker Run, which heads down every year from Miami to the Florida Keys on the heels of the Miami International Boat Show. And as always, before we get started, let's thank our sponsors and advertisers. Our 2025 annual sponsors include our presenting sponsor, Mercury Racing, and these sponsors alphabetically including Angle of Attack Marine, Cigarette Racing Team, Concept Boats, Deep Impact Custom Boats, Legendary Marine at Blue Water Cay, Midnight Express, Myco Trailers, Mystic Powerboats, Nortec High Performance Boats, Performance Boat Center, SD Marine Group, and returning for 2025, Wozencraft Insurance and Finance. And as we kick things off here at Grove Harbor Marina, our FPC Miami headquarters, you can see there's a lot of activity here at the marina, a lot of boats in the water, and you're about to see the group gather up here in preparation for the Thursday departure. Why do we go on Thursday and not Friday? Well, that's because it just evolved over the years. People are here celebrating the warmth of South Florida, getting out of the cold, and I think everybody just wants to be in the Florida Keys for as long as they can be. We used to have a Thursday and a Friday departure groups, and then it gravitated towards Thursday, and now we completely have dropped the Friday morning departure. So it's now early Thursday prior to our kickoff, and remember, it's only been 4 days now since the completion of the Miami International Boat Show. But something I said earlier, if anybody was paying attention, I said the 30th annual Miami Boat Show Poker Run, and that truly is a milestone for me in particular, because obviously I'm the founder of the club, and I started this event 30 years ago. It was called the Manufacturers Rally, and it showcased all of the new models coming out of the Miami International Boat Show, but of course out of the show and into the water, and down to the Florida Keys. So it really gave a lot of people an opportunity to kind of let their hair down and have some fun in the Florida Keys while they were still perhaps in the process of shopping for a new boat. And the manufacturers loved it because it gave them an opportunity to really tell people, hey, here's the boat at the show, but you really want to see it run. If you want to go for a ride, come on down to the Florida Keys with the club, and we'll have some fun down there, and we'll get you out on the boat. So a lot of deals were closed on the Poker Run event. You can see all of the major players are here, the manufacturers represented. I would say the leading performance manufacturers here attending this event for sure, and you're about to see that. But we've got a lot of people standing on the dock. What are we handing out? Donuts? Well, kind of, sort of, probably more coffee and more bagels than donuts. But yes, it is a dockside breakfast and a quick captain's meeting. No more than 10 or 15 minutes dockside, just to remind everybody about the importance of safety guidelines and getting out on the waterways. And as always, a very cool mix of offshore power boats of every description. Kind of a handful of boats that we've seen recently on the previous event. That was the January fun run down to Playa Largo Resort in Key Largo. Of course, we're going down to Hawks Cay Resort now, a little bit further down into the Florida Keys, as we look down now on Sal in his new Mystic 4000 Cat, powered by a pair of Mercury Racing 500s. He's already milling around in the water. That means we're about to start the poker cards. And our very first poker card, the team is Junior Stefanini from New York with this lovely lady. Obviously, it's a little cool out, so she's still got her long pants on and a long sleeve top. But we have to thank her for letting the bikini be seen, because she's proud of that new red bikini. It certainly matches the boat, which, by the way, is a 42 MTI with quad Mercury Racing 450s. And indeed, we are going to see a lot of MTIs on this run. This is Zach Polsky from New Jersey, team Mega FLEXIN. This is the bright lime green 50 that we've all seen many times. It's a one-of-a-kind MTV 50 that has really made a big scene around poker runs, not just with our club, but back up at home close to New Jersey and in the waters around the Maryland and the Chesapeake area. You're going to see this boat all summer long. Zach is in the truck business, so he loves his toys, especially the green Lamborghini that matches this MTI. And now a special welcome to Performance Boat Center, who have been big supporters of this event and the club for many, many years. This is their P420 Cat, which is one of 3 Cat models now in this lineup, including a 28, a 36, and now the 42. They built several of these 42s. They like to use them as factory demos for a little bit, and then very soon they find themselves a home, and it's time for a new one. We've got Rusty Williams at the helm today for PBC. And by the way, guys, fun fact, the new 2026 edition of the FPC wall calendar, in the January page is a model of this very same boat, all in red. And look at that, our FPC girl on the same page is the beautiful Lexi, who just handed out that poker card. And we can expect to see a lot of these Nortec center consoles. This is Daniel Goldberg pulling up to the dock in Team SHADOWFAX. It's a 2017 Nortec 390 Sport, a very popular model with the club. I think that we have more of these 390 Sports on the roster for FPC events than any other center console. And a closer look at Daniel's boat reveals that he's upgraded the power with the new 400R V10s. And another very popular model center console with the club is this Midnight Express 43 Solstice. I love the purple on this one, Team Joker. This is Eddie Mack from New Jersey. It's a brand new 2025 model, 43 Midnight, 5 Mercury Racing 500Rs. Hey, we love the color purple. It's his first time doing a Florida Powerboat Club event, so we want to thank Eddie and his crew for jumping on board to join us, and I'm sure we're going to see more of this 43 Midnight, especially when Midnight had a great showing at the recent Key West event. And obviously, we want to thank our FPC girls, Lexi and Peyton, for doing a great job handing the cards out. And it is the lovely Stephanie on Sal Olivia's 40-foot Mystic Cat receiving the card. Just nice to see that at the height of February, we've got bikinis out, guys. Nowhere else in the country are you going to see this many bikinis all in one day. That's why I love my job. And apparently a lot of cat play is going to happen today with all these fantastic cats out on the run. And the girls are in position now for yet another. It's a Skater 388. This is Jason and Shanna Tolliver. And Shanna has done a great job of matching her bikini to the blue graphics of this 388. It's got some serious power. Team VOODOO. Originally built years ago for the Branton family, I think David and his son James, with some monster, outrageous motors. But she's running great now with a set of Mercury Racing 1100s. And back to the center consoles now. This time it's a Glasstream or GSX Powerboats by Glasstream 36 model. This one powered by triple Mercury Racing 500Rs. I believe it was the first one with this amount of power. Check it out, guys. What a beautiful boat. And it clocked in 95 miles per hour at the Lake Ozark Shootout. And time to welcome the factory team, Team Midnight Express, Eric Glazer, his wife Hagen, the Energizer Bunny on board with their beautiful crew, and their matching bikinis, of course. Check out that green color on the sides of that Midnight 43, which was their Miami Convention Center display boat just a few days earlier. And then wrapped into that green is actually some fiber optics that illuminates something that is new. The first time I've ever seen it on a boat. Maybe Eric will have it all lit up at the docks at Hawks Cay Resort. And now a proper introduction for Lexi and Peyton, our FPC girls who are handling the cards today, but also going to join us for the entire weekend. This is a new entry now, Nick and Monica Child from Child Support. What a great boat name. This Deep Impact 399 is a 2025 model, powered by Quad Mercury Racing 400Rs. A lot of great things to share with us on their video bio, but the most importantly is that they've had this event on their bucket list for a long, long time after watching several FPC videos. They said, we've watched them 1,000 times and then we finally made it. They said the poker card handoff had a lot of energy and we can't wait to do another FPC run. Well, I can't wait either, guys, because you sure are scoring big points on the crew. And did we mention this is a kid-friendly poker run? Well, it is now, thanks to Dustin and Amy Orozco in Team The Bully, $3.99 Deep Impact. And they are all the way from the state of Washington, which could make them contenders for the farthest traveled award. And we have got a lot of boats in the lineup to come up for their cards, but we're going to wrap up this segment with John Stella with this brand new Nortec 390 Sport. This one's powered by Quad Mercury Racing 400R V10s, and I'm happy to see that John's wife is going to make it for her first run in a very, very long time. I thought he was actually lying to us when he said he had a wife, because we never saw her until we finally saw her. So good job, John, and nice to see the family joining us here for this event. And another thank you to the lovely Lexi and Peyton for doing a great job on the dock. We're going to see plenty more of these lovely ladies throughout the show. And at the very same time, right here in North Perry, which is the airport in Hollywood, Florida, our very own Ryan McCoy, ready to fall out of that window. And we've got the FPC crew on board. We're going to be shooting stills and video from this R44. Chris from Boats Daily is going to be doing the stills, Ryan on the video, and our pilot, Tony, with a new R44 that we just began flying with. Kind of a better situation for us logistically, because this airport, of course, much closer to our takeoff point in Coconut Grove. So this seems to work out well. Nice scenic flight for the guys. North Miami here, looking down on the big white high-rise to the left. You see there's a little marina? That is where the Florida Powerboat Club got started way back in 1991. Of course, the landmark Hullover Inlet looking very docile and quiet today. In fact, overall, the conditions today are fantastic. Very light winds here on this late February day here in 2025. And I think ideal conditions for everyone as we head out into Biscayne Bay, getting ready for the start of the run. And one more flyover here at Grove Harbor Marina, as we want to thank the marina, all of their staff, for rolling out the red carpet and giving us a very warm welcome every time we come here. We've been with Grove Harbor since day one when they opened 15 years earlier, and it's been a great relationship ever since. But we got a lot of action out here on the bay waters now. Biscayne Bay looking beautiful. It seems like we are the only boats out here today as we launch the Cats, and a lot of the faster boats getting an early jump on the start and becoming the front runners here. And it doesn't always have to be a catamaran to be a front runner. A lot of these center consoles can certainly keep up. But it's doubtful that any of those center consoles will keep up with Bob Lattis and his new 44 MTI pair of Mercury Racing 500Rs. This boat is comfortably cruising at about 110. So, a little walk in the park here for Bob today in these conditions. Remember, that's an 8-seat cockpit. Just an amazing ride. Another fast cat here. This time it's that P420 from Performance Boat Center. Rusty Williams at the helm. Of course, Brett Neer is going to be joining us, but I think he's riding on a center console, probably a Sunsation for the weekend. And of course, the Performance Boat Center guys, as well as many of the manufacturers attending, just wrapped up a long Miami International Boat Show, and they are ready to play. And when I say play, I mean cat play, because that's exactly what they're doing right now. Amazingly, Hugo Prieg comes into frame, and these two running side by side. That's a Doug Wright 36 cat model, brand new boat, 2025, and of course a pair of Mercury Racing 500Rs. Team X Print X, definitely a contender for best paint and graphics. And now spending some time with Ryan and Rachel Garnett. And speaking of Best Paint and Graphics, that's an award that they won earlier in the year at the Emerald Coast Powerboat Week event that took place up in Destin, as it does every September. And they are regulars there, and they also love this event as well as the Key West event. So Ryan and Rachel doing a lot of runs with Florida Powerboat Club as they get into the cat play with Michael Tandoy in that 44 MTI off on their port side. As the chopper crew now just naturally zooms in on Team Speed Racer, this 44 MTI powered by Mercury Racing 1100s. Of course, Michael Tandoy from Rochester, New York, who has been very supportive of the club, attending many events for several years. His other boat is a big skater. Seems like this MTI cat is really doing the trick for him. He really loves the look of the boat and the way it handles, especially when he repowered with these Mercury Racing 1100s. And the cat play continues with Tony Chermonte from DCB Boats in a brand new DCB 42 model, the M42, powered by Mercury Racing 500Rs. They came a long way to be at this event. Of course, they build those boats way over in Arizona. But this was brought over to Miami to show it off a little during the Miami show, and certainly here on our Miami Boat Show Poker Run event. And the moment we've all been waiting for, the new Nortec 4000 Super Cat. Some call it the Roadster, but it is new and it is unique, and it's been a long time in the works. A 4-engine boat for Mercury Racing 500Rs. This was the factory demo for the Miami Boat Show during the Mercury Racing Experience, which was taking place at Grove Harbor Marina. Special thanks to Thomas Feld from Norway, the owner of the boat, who's allowed Nortec to use it as a demonstration boat, giving rides and letting everybody enjoy the performance of this new 4000 Super Cat. I was very fortunate to book a ride for Jackie and myself, and we hopped on board along with about 6 other passengers and got the boat up to about 130 miles per hour for our first demo ride on the new 4000. And it just so happens this boat was featured in the April 2025 page of the FPC wall calendar, with the lovely Miss Kendall as our FPC girl on the same month. And one of the interesting design features of the Nortec 4000 is the 8 full Recaro style seats facing forward, and you still have 2 lounge seats in the aft section of the cockpit. And we're back to our poker card segment here because we have so many teams. Now it's Ron and Rachel Carroll in team change order. This is a Nortec 390 that is actually formerly owned by another club member. It's got Quad Mercury Racing 450Rs. Ron and Rachel just picked the boat up recently, so this is their very first Florida Powerboat Club event. They said they've been wanting to pull the trigger for a very long time and finally glad that they did it. And returning now for their second, possibly for their third year in a row on this Miami run, Jared and Chelsea Bartholomew in their big Midnight 43. Not their first Midnight. They've had a couple prior to this, but this is the first one that they've done in the Ferrari red with that beautiful tan interior. The boat name is Steel Team 6, which has to do with Jared's line of work. And when they're not in Florida, they spend most of their time at their beautiful Long Island home, where they enjoy summer boating. And it's another GSX Powerboats by Glasstream. This is John Haller in his 32 Glasstream. This one is powered by a pair of Mercury Racing 300Rs. This is really an ideal entry-level package, guys, for those of you who want to get into poker runs. This boat will keep up with the pack and look great dockside every time. And another segue, speaking of looking great, yes indeed, 2 lovely ladies here with Jeff and Amber Campbell on this 38 Renegade from Texas, and Amber and her girlfriend doing the job of getting the card and staying up there for the picture. Great job, ladies. Not your first rodeo now, is it? They are definitely contenders for the Sexiest Crew Award. We'll have to stay tuned, guys. And now a very special welcome to Wally Castro from Puerto Rico, Team Happy Ending. She's a 2025 41-foot cigarette Nighthawk with a set of Mercury Racing 500Rs. He's got his business partner riding along, and happy to announce that very soon they're going to be entering a partnership with Scott Conrad to create the Cigarette of South Florida based in Fort Lauderdale. And now a very special welcome to JC and Lisa Norvell all the way from Oklahoma. And their boat is called Team AWOL, a weekend of leisure it stands for. They said that they love the Miami run, especially because it goes down to Duck Key, and they love the Marathon area in the Florida Keys. And nice little smile and a wave from our FPC girl Peyton, her first gig with the club. Dockside here, as now she hands off to Lexi, who's going to be handing a card off to this team concept. This is Howard Hefner. His wife Laura, it looks like she didn't make the trip. It's a boys' trip, apparently. They're all the way from Georgia. This is a 2019 Concept 4400. Got a set of 4 color-matched Mercury Racing 400Rs. What a great-looking boat. And yes, indeed, it is a lovely morning for another lovely crew member as the beautiful Catherine reaches out and grabs her lucky card. She's riding on board with Paul Nagito and his crew on this 52-foot Outer Limits. Make no mistake about it, guys. This is the flagship of the fleet, Twin Mercury Racing 1100 1350s. And it's one more time for Hugo Prig, but this time at the dock as his first mate tomorrow gets all the attention as she grabs the first card. And once again, what a great-looking Doug Wright cat this is, a 36 model. Twin Mercury Racing 500Rs, a brand new boat for him, 2025 model. It's his second Doug Wright. He really loves the brand. And proving once again that this is indeed a kid-friendly event, Michael Tandoy, as his daughter and all her friends, riding along on Team Speed Racer, this 44-foot MTI, powered by Mercury Racing 1100s. But check it out, guys. Mike at the helm, and, you know, I think that he's like, maybe there's 2 adults on the boat and the rest of them are under 18 years old. So I love to see this stuff, especially Michael's daddy side. And now we get a chance to have a closer look at this new Nortec 4000 Supercat. And again, it's a family affair for Thomas Feld from Norway. Got all his friends, his wife and friends on board, riding for their very first time on this new boat that he acquired from Nortec, and was kind enough to let Nortec use it as a demo during the boat show. What a cool looking cat. And now it looks like we're going to just move away from the card segment again. More of that a little later in the show. Let's get back up in the air and enjoy some of these high-speed aerials as we get out onto Biscayne Bay for that short romp down to Key Largo. And just look at the beautiful conditions we have for the ride today. Checking in now with Greg Cannell here, flying the drone. This is a Nortec 390 Sport. Of course, Legend Marine Group is a Nortec dealer from the Dallas, Texas area. They attend a lot of our FPC runs. Check out the purple graphics and the matching motors. And it's fast and furious now as we catch up with Eddie Mack and his Midnight 43. And obviously purple is a popular color all of a sudden. 2 boats in a row now, purple with color-matched motors. Of course, the Midnight Express has about another 1.5 feet of beam, so he's got room for 5 Mercury Racing 500Rs. And it's the midnight hour. That's right, another Midnight 43 Solstice. This time the factory entry from Midnight. I don't know about you guys, but I love watching this crew when they're having fun. And, you know, I think that Hagen Glazer is always going to be the ringleader and keeping the energy level high aboard every Midnight Express that she rides on. And, of course, that's all she rides on because she's married to the owner of Midnight Express, Eric Glazer. This is the new 43 that was at the Miami show with that amazing green. And now taking on a lighter shade of green, a beautiful lime green at that for Zach Polsky on this 50V MTI 5 Mercury Racing 500Rs Mega FLEXIN, a boat that was built probably about 4 years earlier. You know, Zach had the boat for a short while and then he was going to sell it. And something said to him, no, this is a cool boat. Don't try to sell it. And I'm glad he hung on to it because it is a very unique boat, one of a kind. Got an amazing stereo, and he loves to play loud music. More green in our future here as we catch up with Paul Nagito and his crew on this 52-foot Outer Limits. And the reason I call it the flagship of the Outer Limits fleet, it is the biggest Outer Limits that they make. This one powered by Mercury Racing dual cal 1100 1350s. I'm assuming he's just running on 1100 mode right now, but you know, on a group event with a full load of boat, you'd only need the 1100. You hardly ever need to go to 1350, but it's there when you need it. And here's Sal Olivia enjoying his Mystic C4000 Carbon Cat Twin Mercury Racing 500Rs, an awful long way from his 42X cigarette, which he had in the earlier days when he first joined the club. And by the way, it was a beautiful 42X powered by Mercury Racing 700s. But he seems to be liking the cat life, and what's not to love? It's so easy to settle down in that comfy Recaro-style seat, and with that big Mystic windshield wrapping around, you can pretty much carry on a conversation with his girl Stephanie all day long. And proving once again that there are a ton of Nortec 390s in the club, and certainly on this event, is John Stella with his newest ride, a Nortec 390. He just took delivery of the boat recently, Quad Mercury Racing 400R. Those are the V10s. Very reliable motors. I love the simple gray. I think it's like a chalk, you know, like the Porsche color, and that nice tan interior. We have got a fun crew on board today for this weekend adventure in the Keys. And I guess we could say it's 3 in a row for Craig and Paula Ackerman. And I'd say 3 because it was Key West back in the previous November. Then it was the January winter run down to Playa Larga Resort. And now it's the February Miami run down to Hawks Cay Resort. 3 in a row for this MTI 390X powered by a pair of Mercury Racing 500Rs. And it's one more time for Dustin and Amy Orozco and Team The Bully, 399 Deep Impact powered by Quad Mercury Racing 450Rs. And they are the family that came all the way from Washington State to join us, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. And now we're catching up with Howard Hefner from Georgia in this 2019 Concept 4400 Team Insanity. And I have to admit that I've never seen a Concept 4400 that didn't have an amazing paint job. And there's never any two that are the same. And one more time with JC and Lisa Norvell. We didn't say much about the boat earlier. It's a 39 DONZI VRZ triple Mercury Racing 400R V10s. They say that it's a great riding boat and that they love the center console lifestyle. I think that we're all drinking the same Kool-Aid, loving our center consoles. And let's welcome another newcomer to the event. This is Sean Scamenti, Team Sneaky Leaks. They're from New Jersey. This is a 2022 34 Sensation CCX. And we all know by now that these Sensations are extremely popular in FPC. All the models, 32, 34, as well as the 40. Arriving now in Jewfish Creek, that means it's almost lunchtime at Gilbert's. Now we're catching up with Ed Champion and the Fountain team, who have 2 boats registered for the event. They have a Fountain Thundercat, which is a 34 cat, but they've also got this 38 SCX center console, which is a complete departure from the 38 fishing model that they built for many, many years. This one is really designed for poker runs and accommodating large groups. And speaking of accommodating big groups, well, that's exactly what I'm doing today, guys, in my Nortec 390 King of Clubs. I think we've got 11, possibly 12 on board enjoying the ride on this Nortec 390. Plenty of seating for everybody, and in these calm conditions, they could probably ride right up front if they want. In addition to our staff photographers and our FPC girls, we also have some riders who did a charity donation at one of the poker runs we attended, and this was the ride that they selected to go down and visit the Florida Keys. I'm pretty sure that's me not at the helm, so I must have turned the steering wheel over to somebody else. But actually I was directing a photo shoot because we have the club member Tori Robeson, who's enjoying my Cigarette 38 as his platform for the weekend. He's one of the only guys that I'll let use my boat because he's so good at taking care of it. But we got us side by side for this really cool photo shoot, and I've always enjoyed doing that whenever I get a chance to get the Nortec and the Cigarette running alongside, because remember, these are 2 boats that have been such a big part of the fabric, I guess, and the culture of FPC. And for me, over the last, I guess, 8 years now, it was 2017 when I bought the Cigarette, and it was 2024 when we built the Nortec. So these boats have been on so many events with the club, and literally hundreds of people have had rides with me on either the Cigarette or the Nortex. So I enjoy getting them together and getting this shot as we now arrive for our lunch stop here at Gilbert's Resort. Look at how beautiful and sunny it is, and check out that raft up. From where I'm sitting, looking down on this raft up, everybody did a fantastic job. But we're going to break away for a little bit as the guys enjoy lunch and go back to Grove Harbor, because we have one final segment of the teams picking up their cards at the dock, and you know how much we love that segment. So let's get to it. And it's another Renegade. This time it's Stefan and Maria Matafari from North Florida in their 38-foot Renegade team. Let's go, GEAUX, they spell it. It's a 2022 model powered by Triple Mercury Racing 400Rs. They are avid poker runners with us. I love the boat. What a great couple. Super friendly, and enjoy having them on the runs. And now let's welcome Simon Tusha from Team Primus, who's got 2 boats registered for the run, as this lovely first mate picks up the card. This is the MTI 440X team. Just recently purchased the boat. It's got a pair of Mercury Racing 500Rs. What a beautiful ride. And hopefully we'll get a chance to see that Deep Impact 499 model. He actually got hull number 1 of the new 499. So he really stepped up to the plate, getting involved with the club with 2 beautiful powerboats. And it's another MTI cat. This time it's a 390X model. Ryan and Rachel Garnett, who have done a lot of runs with the club over the years. Team Flight 311, we call it. Just Ryan and Rachel riding along today. Don't have any crew. Got to keep it simple. And in order to do that, you got to have a great first mate. And Rachel certainly knows her way around the boat. And now we've got our Team Big Thunder rolling up for their card, and that is the lovely Sage Rush, the marketing director for Big Thunder Marine out of Lake of the Ozarks, reaching out to get her card. Nice to have Sage on the run. She did all of the organizational details for the entire team. That was 2 boats and probably 12 or 14 or more participants altogether. So a thumbs up to Sage and to the entire crew for joining us here on this Miami Boat Show Poker Run. And let's welcome back George Ariano with his Outer Limits. Of course, he has a fleet of offshore powerboats that he uses for the various poker run events. Not sure how he decides what's going to come, but this 39 Outer Limits is powered by Mercury Racing 700s. It's a quad step boat, probably close to 20 years old and looking like it's brand new. And now let's welcome Brad and Ruthie Fowler, Team Unplugged, their very first powerboating event with FPC. So we're happy to have them join us. They came down from South Carolina and Georgia. This is a 2023 SUNSATION 32ccx powered by Mercury Racing 300Rs. And this is now George Ariano's second boat entry for this run. It's a DCB M35 model. And if you could see through those engine hatches, that's right, guys. Mercury Racing 1100 QC4s. Oh, yeah. And now let's welcome Octavio Valdivia in his 50-foot Outer Limits Cat, powered by Mercury Racing 1350s. What a beautiful ride. Spent a lot of time getting this boat prepped at the Outer Limits factory in Rhode Island. Nice to see it out on the water here joining us on this run. And here now we're going to get a closer look at that Cigarette 38 Top Gun, my Flight 1130, powered by Mercury Racing 565s. And that's where the name came from, right, guys? The sum total of the horsepower is 1130, and we rebranded the boat for Mercury Racing when they provided us with that power package. It was rigged by TNT Marine, and you can see why that C-deck up on the front of the bow has really been helpful. How easy it was to get up there and climb from the cockpit all the way to the bow to pick up the card. Guys, trust me, if you ever do this to your boat, you'll never regret it. And now let's say hi to Craig Ackerman and his crew. And he's got himself a couple of bow bunnies. Imagine that. Well, I think we helped him out with that. He's got Natalie Smith from Wilsoncraft up on the bow with our very own Sydney Jones, our hospitality manager for FPC. And I'm sure they're going to have a fantastic ride down to Gilbert's for the lunch stop. And now let's welcome Justin Wagner and his Doug Wright 39 who has now since taken possession of that company, purchasing the Doug Wright factory and brand. And he's going to be continuing to surprise us all, not just with more of these fantastic cats, but he's got some new models down the pipeline. He's got Andy Imhoff riding with him today. And now let's say hi to Chris Richards and his crew on this Angle of Attack Mystic 40-foot carbon cat powered by Mercury Racing 500Rs. Angle of Attack Marine now celebrating their first official event with Florida Powerboat Club as a sponsor. They're opening up a new marine shop right here in Miami. They've got some docking space at Miami Beach Marina and a new warehouse and performance race shop, including storage near the airport in Miami. And this is why I love these dockside card segments, because we get a closer look at Sean Scamenti's crew here and Team Sneaky Leaks. This 34-foot Sensation CCX powered by Triple Mercury Racing 450's got a big crew on board. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up in the bow, 6, 7 at the helm, 8, 9 on board, and yes, he reaches for the life jacket. 10 points for the dude in the white shirt. And as always, the back of the pack. That's right, it's Stu and the crew on the King of Clubs Nortec 390 Sport. It's going to be, I guess, our third event for the Nortec. We did Key West, we did the winter run, and now it's the Miami Boat Show run to the Keys. And our guest driver on board today, Terry Sobo from a Nortec High Performance Boat, is going to be at the helm. I'm not even on the boat yet. I can't remember why. I think it's because I was on the dock. Yeah, with these two, taking videos. But yes, indeed, we have the FPC girls riding along now, as well as Tori Robeson running alongside in the cigarette Top Gun. And this was the view from the Nortec today, guys. Obviously, fantastic weather here in February. Not too cold that the girls didn't need to wear parkas, but they do have their life jackets on, so that's a good thing. Arriving now here at Gilbert's with this super cool drone shot flying through the Jewfish Creek Bridge, and we now discover that all of the boats have arrived for lunch. And as I mentioned before, I can't help but saying, but the guys did a pretty fantastic job of rafting up center consoles with center consoles, 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows, now into a row of cats, followed by another row of cats, and followed by another row of center consoles, and we're going to cap it off with 4 little cats, outboard cats together. Guys, you nailed it. I couldn't be happier. And then the smart guys got in here early enough to grab a slip of the 8 or 10 slips that we have here on these finger piers. They tend to be a little tricky to get into when there's current. But you guys are doing a great job as we settle in for lunch here on this Thursday in February. Again, just 4 days after the completion of the Miami International Boat Show. And we're going to let the guys at Gilbert's do their job and take care of all of our FPC group. We've got Tyler and his friends are going to be taking care of getting all of those extra goodie bags. There's Jackie and Sydney making sure you guys get all your swag bags so you can continue on the event, but more importantly, so you can get your lunch passes and enjoy this fantastic lunch that is served up by Gilbert's every time. You know, everything that we have there is always fantastic. I think it's about time that we're going to start wrapping up, guys. Remember, this is episode 1 with feature coverage of the 2025 edition of the Miami Boat Show Poker Run, which is going to Hawks Cay Resort in Duck Key, which is near Marathon. This has been our location now for, I guess, at least the last 3 or 4 years. And it seems to me like it's just working out fine there. So as we wrap things up here at Gilbert's on this Thursday lunch stop, remember, we still have a beautiful ride through the Florida Keys as we continue on down to Duck Key. And we've got a full day Friday, a full day Saturday before we return on Sunday. So we're going to wrap it up here from Gilbert's. Remember, guys, you can't afford to miss another show because we've got more coming down the pipeline from all of our Florida Powerboat Club events throughout the Sunshine State and the Bahamas. So, guys, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Remember what to do, guys. Smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you'll get an update every time a new episode is released. and I'm just going to plug our new calendar one more time. It's the 2026 Florida Powerboat Club wall calendar. This time we went to a 13-month format, 14 by 22 inches. That's a jumbo wall calendar with all the latest high-performance boats and those beautiful FPC girls. They're $15 a piece, a lot less if you buy extras, guys. So be sure to reach out to the club office at 954-545-1414 to place your orders, or you can go online at flpowerboat.com. For more information about club membership and upcoming events, visit our website at flpowerboat.com, and you can find more content on our many social media platforms. Thanks for watching, and make boating safety a top priority by always wearing your life jackets. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye for now.